we need him. And when we realize how much we need him, we can submit to him and we can say, God, I need you in my life. And then we give him permission to come in with his will.
Yeah, I want to ask you about those friends you left behind, because I know that many young people are afraid of that, about rejection, about leaving those friends who they believe they are their friends because they are with them always, but they know that there's something that isn't right, probably with the type of relationship they have or the type of things they do. So what did they say? What was their reaction when you actually stopped talking to them, or I don't know, what happened?
So initially when I just had my lifestyle change and I stopped going out and I started, prioritizing God over other things in my life, naturally some friends just kind of fell away because they weren't real friends to begin with. And as soon as I stopped doing what they were doing, they had no interest in being my friend anymore, which was difficult. But what was more difficult was when, friends that were close to me and that I had known for a long time, who are still, living in the world, as they say, when they realized that I wasn't going to live that lifestyle anymore and I had to kind of pull myself away from them, it was difficult. And a lot of people actually kind of made fun of me at first because I came out with Genuinely Dia, which is my Instagram blog. And so people started calling me like Jesus freak, or they didn't understand, which was difficult. But I realized more, I think that difficulty and that kind of loneliness and going through that hard transition just brought me closer to Jesus, and I made Jesus my number one friend. And if I could encourage everyone who's listening to make Jesus their number one friend and to look for friends of faith that will bring you closer to the Lord versus away, who you surround yourself with has a huge influence on the decisions that you make. So it's so important to have friends that are similar-minded and that want the same things, that are heaven-oriented, that want you to be who God has intended you to be.
Gia, that is so powerful. That is so powerful because it's true. A lot of the times we have friends that probably are leading us further away from Christ, but because we're so scared to face that rejection or to face that moment of loneliness, we continue the pattern. But like you said, the encouragement to everyone listening is that if you are hanging out maybe with the wrong crowd, not being heaven oriented, as our sister said, we got to make that choice and that decision with all the conviction that the Lord has other plans for us, and that we have to say, yes, Lord, I want to follow you, and I'm going to continue hanging out or doing these things because I know your love for me is greater than whatever this world could ever offer us. So tell us, can you continue telling us, how did you continue that path of being strong enough to say no and to continue? And what did you start doing? Because, your time, you had to reinvest your time. Where did that time go? And
grace to do so. So I think a lot of people, they think that, it's so difficult to follow Jesus, but really it's not. We are going to have to deny ourselves, and there will be suffering. But like you said, when we deny, the things in our life that keep us from him, it fills us with a joy that is not of this earth. So it's not a temporary joy. It's an everlasting joy. So it's worth it.
Gia, I'm a little bit curious. How did the $1 million idea of being preaching on social media came up, and how long have you been doing it, and how do you handle this beautiful ministry?
So I had the realization. So I was on Instagram, and I feel like on social media there are a lot of negative influences. So there's a lot of comparison going on. There's a lot of people kind of posting the highlight reel of their lives, or a lot of, I think very secular. And there's a lot, it can be dark on social media, and a lot of it is dark, and it leads us into comparing ourselves to other people. And I really felt like, number one, I wanted to be a light in social media and bring Jesus to people and be able to reach people in a way that I couldn't, just through my own city, but bring it to, unprecedented levels of being able to reach people. But also I know that there's someone out there, even if there's just one person, I know that there's someone out there who feels like I did, who feels like they don't fit in, who feels like there's more out there, who knows that there's something greater, but maybe they don't know what it is. And I had the desire in my heart to bring Jesus to social media. So that's how it started. And just by the grace of God, it's just been incredible, just the people that it's reached. And I hear testimonies all the time of people saying that something I posted spoke to their heart and that it really ministered to them. And, that's really why I have my page, is to be able to reach people and bring them Jesus and bring them hope and light, and to let them know that they have a future and that God has a plan for them.
Yeah, one of the things that I like the most about your the pictures and everything you post is that missionary work that you are doing. For me, it's very touching to see you holding those kids in Syria, for example. So tell us about that and how important for us, is not to forgive those who are being, those brothers and sisters, refugees that are under so much necessity, right?
Yes. So as I mentioned before, my grandmother has a nonprofit organization that brings international crisis relief. So I have the privilege of working for her organization as my career, but also going on mission trips and bringing medical missions and bringing the love of God to the, places, as you mentioned, like the Syrian border, and to the persecuted church in Egypt. And the number one thing that I've learned is that, first of all, God commands us to this. He says, love God above all else and love your neighbor as yourself. And I believe that our neighbor is, whichever person that God is calling us to. So yes, the people directly next to us, but even the people overseas, even the people in the next city to us, they're also our neighbor. And Jesus said also, what you do unto the least of these, you do unto him. So Jesus calls us to have a heart for the homeless, and have a heart for the persecuted, and have a heart for the refugee and those struggling. And I think through my missionary work, the number one thing that I've learned is just how to love people. And that there's not a single person that God doesn't see and that God doesn't want to love. And I believe that if we're willing, he will make us vessels of his love to be able to go and reach the people that are unreachable.
Definitely true. You remind me two things that Mother Angelica used to say. The first one, what do you do is kind of crazy because it's like leaving everything behind. And then just like the three wise men, they had an encounter with the king, and then they had a path, they had a mission, they have a route. But then when you have an encounter with Christ, you have to take a different route. Definitely. And they did, and Mother Angelica used to say, be willing to do the ridiculous so God can do the miraculous. And you're doing it with your ministry. And something else that she used to say, in the first conference that she went, trying to sell EWTN in different channels, different networks. People were asking Mother Angelica, why you want to go to HBO? Do you know what they're projecting HBO and blah, blah, blah. She used to say, we had to go where the seniors are. You never know. God will do the miraculous. And it's amazing, it's amazing the path that you're taking, and also, all this trip that you do, but you don't do it for fun. You do it sharing the love, and that is definitely a beautiful example of life.
Thank you. And I just want to say that you don't have to go internationally to do missionary work or to make a difference or to bring the love of God. Start in your neighborhood. Start in your community. I love what Mother Teresa said, because she said, if you want to change the world, start in your own home. And I think that's so right. True. We're called to love everyone unconditionally, and sometimes the mission field can be our own home. our neighborhoods, our communities, even our dioceses and our parishes.
Amen to that. Thank you so much, Gia, for telling us that. I think that that's a very important message, especially because there's a lot of young people who would love to do what you are doing, but like you said, the necessities there's a lot of necessities also around us, in our own family. So let's go to a music break, and I want you to, after this song, just give us your final message. I know Juan Carlos was very impressed about your preaching skills in LA where he met you, but more than anything, we want to know also what you can say to all the young people that are listening to us this afternoon. So stay there, Gia. We'll be back. Y esto es de la hermana Inés. Se llama Perdonemos.
Lunes de lágrimas.
Fijaré mis ojos en el horizonte, en lo limpio de su esplendor, para ver cómo cielos y tierra se confunden con el sol.
Before we go, Gia, thank you for the time that you provide, that you took.
Thank you so much.
Definitely a break between resting from your trip and continuing your mission. What message would you like to leave or the people that are listening to our show, all the young souls, and definitely all the young adults that are in the United States and Latin America?
I just want to say, don't be afraid to give everything to God. It's like we have talked about before, whatever we sacrifice, whatever we give up, He always blesses us 1,000-fold for what we give Him. And life with Jesus is so much more rich and so much more full than we can ever imagine. And I want to say, don't be afraid. Just go for it. And if you feel like there's a calling in your heart and you feel like maybe you're not qualified or you're not old enough or you're not smart enough, whatever it may be, God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. And I love this quote by St. Catherine of Siena. She said, "Be who God intended you to be, and you will set the world on fire." And I believe that's true for every single young person, every single person listening. You have a calling to greatness, and God wants to use you, and He will use you if you give Him permission.
Yeah, I told you have very, very good preaching skills. Right here, Isela is very inspired and writing down some of the things you just said.
Well, because I agree, and I love Saint Catherine.
Yeah.
Be who you were meant to be, and you will set the world on fire. She is one of my saints that I most look up to. So yes, I am in agreement with my sister that we are called to be missionaries wherever the Lord has planted for us to continue flourishing and just doing His will.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Gia, so much. Really, it's been a pleasure to have you in our show today. We know that you are very actively posting a lot of beautiful and very inspiring quotes on social media. So please follow her. Follow Gia.
Yes, definitely. We're going to post her information in our social media as well. And Gia, hopefully this is not the last time that we have you in the show.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been such a blessing and an honor, and I look forward to talking with you soon.
Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you.
God bless you,
God
Gia.
bless you.
God bless.
Bye. Ya saben, tenemos toda la información de las redes sociales de Gia en nuestra página de internet en Facebook.
Claro
Así
que
es
sí. Y antes de irnos, me gustaría que nos despidiéramos con esa bonita oración. Dulce Madre,
No te alejes, tu vista de nosotros partes. Ven con nosotros todas partes y solo nunca nos dejes. Ya que nos proteges tanto como una verdadera madre, haz que nos bendiga el Padre, el Hijo y el Espíritu Santo.
Amén.
Eyes of the blind, there's no one like you. There's none like you. Into the darkness you shine. Out of our ashes we rise. There's no one like you. There's none like you.
Hola, soy Carlos Sebane y quiero invitarte a que te tomes 2 minutitos para que juntos le digamos a nuestro buen Dios, gracias Señor por este día. Como el niño que no sabe dormirse sin tomarse de la mano de su madre, así mi corazón viene a ponerse sobre tus manos al caer la tarde. Como el niño que sabe que alguien vela su sueño de inocencia y esperanza, así descansará mi alma segura, sabiendo que eres tú quien nos aguarda. Tú endulzarás mi última amargura, tú aliviarás el último cansancio, tú cuidarás los sueños de la noche, tú borrarás las huellas de mi llanto. Tú nos darás mañana nuevamente la antorcha de la luz y la alegría, y por las horas que te traigo muertas, tú me darás una mañana viva. Señor, tenemos la certeza de que cuidas nuestro sueño y que además lo haces con ternura. Al despertarnos nos damos cuenta de que estás cerca nuestro, dentro nuestro, y la nueva luz del día nos invita a darte gracias por otro día de vida. Qué bueno eres con nosotros, Señor. Gracias por este día. Te invitamos a sumarte a esta comunidad virtual para practicar cada día el agradecimiento como estilo de vida. Puedes escribirme a vengoaagradecer@gmail.com y allí dejarme tus comentarios y sugerencias. Que tengas un hermoso y agradecido día.
Yo soy puro cristiano y sigo a Jesucristo. Donde quiera que vaya, sus pasos seguiré. Cantar un canto nuevo, cantarlo con el alma, y como buen soldado mi vida heredaré. ¡Viva Cristo Rey! ¡Viva Cristo Rey! ¡Que viva mi Padre también! ¡Viva Cristo Rey! ¡Viva Cristo Rey! ¡Que viva la Virgen de Guadalupe! ¡Amén! Yo soy puro cristiano y vivo para Cristo. Si quieren informarse, mi historia les dirá. Que Cristo me ha salvado por su misericordia, me ha dado vida eterna, me ha dado libertad.
Rezo del Santo Rosario. Misterios gozosos. Por la señal de la Santa Cruz de nuestros enemigos, líbranos, Señor, Dios nuestro. En el nombre del Padre, del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo. Amén. Primer misterio gozoso. La anunciación del Arcángel San Gabriel a María Santísima y encarnación del Hijo de Dios.
María, regálanos tu fe, tu abandono en el Señor, al decir, hágase en mí según tu palabra. Salve, salve, llena de gracia, el Señor es contigo. Salve, salve, llena de gracia, el Señor es contigo.
Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga a nosotros tu reino. Hágase tu voluntad, así en la tierra como en el cielo.
Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día. Perdona nuestras ofensas, como también nosotros perdonamos a los que nos ofenden. No nos dejes caer en tentación y líbranos del mal.
Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia. El Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres. Bendito es el fruto de tu vientre, Jesús.
Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros los pecadores, ahora y en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén.
Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia. El Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres. Bendito es el fruto de tu vientre, Jesús.
Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros los pecadores, ahora y en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén.
Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia. El Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres. Bendito es el fruto de tu vientre, Jesús.
Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros los pecadores, ahora y en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén.
Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia. El Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres. Bendito es el fruto de tu vientre, Jesús.
Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros los pecadores, ahora y en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén.
Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia. El Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres. Bendito es el fruto de tu vientre, Jesús.
Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros los pecadores, ahora y en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén.
Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia. El Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres. Bendito es el fruto de tu vientre, Jesús.
Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros los pecadores, ahora y en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén.
Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia. El Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres. Bendito es el fruto de tu vientre, Jesús.
Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros los pecadores, ahora y en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén.
Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia.